Welcome to Ed Fluential Sports, where passion meets precision. As I'm your host, Ed, I believe in the plays, players, and stories shaping the game. And today I got another reaction video. Y'all really enjoyed the AJ Styles versus CM Punk Ring of Honor 2004 Pure Championship match when I reacted to that. So we're going to take a chance today with a WWE video that came out not too long ago. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so we're going to get in. I just pressed the wrong thing. But we're going to get into it. I'm going to react to a WWE video and see what happens. Either it stays up and goes well, or it gets taken down and nobody sees it. So we got Kendal versus Nile, WWE World 2026. This took place a few days ago. It took place on the 26th, or that's when it was uploaded. I forget when. I know WWE World was around WrestleMania weekend. So they got the main roster colliding with NXT. Kendal is nice. She's really good in ring. The Kendal Chronicles have been cool on NXT the last few weeks, adding to her character development. So that's been good to see. But she's always been great in ring. And then Nile, I like Nile, but she hasn't really gotten anything. Like, they're not really doing anything with Nile on the main roster. If she was in that last group of releases, I wouldn't have been mad at it because it's like they're not using her. But I'm glad that she is still there. Maybe she'll get some in the future. But let's get into this match. And yeah, we're going to react to it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Knoxville, Tennessee, representing American-made Ivy Nile.
As we rewind 1 week to WWE World, a part of WrestleMania weekend in Las Vegas. Blake Howard alongside the general manager of NXT, Robert Stone. And we've talked about it many times, but what an amazing weekend it was all throughout.
So she's coming out to the American-made music. What's the Creed brothers and Gable? None of them can come out with her because, like, might as well give her own theme song, but she's still coming out to. I forgot what her original theme song is, but she's still coming out to the American-made thing, and they're never together, so that's cool.
Yeah, both nights of WrestleMania, night 1, night 2, were unforgettable, history-making nights. And Blake, I'm happy to be sitting here next to you another day, calling the action right here for matches from WWE The World.
I can't believe you're sitting next to me on a Stone Sunday.
Yeah, why? Hey, you know what? I can't believe you get to sit next to me on a Stone Sunday.
That's some of that sugar-free syrup.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
As Ivy Nile is in, one of the powerhouses in the WWE, looking to create a big moment for her this past weekend against one of the top rising stars in all of the WWE.
And her opponent from Las Vegas, Nevada.
That was kind of pointless, but okay. Yeah, I thought she was gonna bring out Ren Sinclair, but that was a waste of 5 seconds.
Kendal Gray.
And you listen to that roar from the Las Vegas crowd, and that's what we call a hometown cheer. As Kendal Gray returns to the very place where she grew up, began her amateur career, now looking at her own WrestleMania.
Yeah, there's just something different about being on your home turf, being in front of your friends and family, because I talked to Kendal earlier. They are in the audience for this match, cheering her on. You know, she's here. She's the boss lady. She's unapologetic.
And that's cool. Kendal Gray gets to compete in front of her hometown. Didn't even realize she was from Las Vegas. But cool.
Got no fear, and she commands respect, and she's going to bring that to this match today for Ivy Nile. We're talking about one of the top rising stars in all the WWE, making a huge impact in NXT over the last several months, and of course paving the way for Evolve in its first year of existence. And Kendal now in the mix right now, back in her hometown of Las Vegas. I know throughout your in-ring career,
You compete in your hometown, in and around it several times. How meaningful is an opportunity like this? For
Absolutely. She will remember it. Like, it's not just that it's WrestleMania weekend. It's like you said, it is her hometown. This is.
And that's a really good reaction for Kendal Gray. A small crowd. I'm assuming this took place before, because I know they said it was on Sunday, on WrestleMania Sunday. I'm assuming it's around that afternoon, which is hella early. Wait, because they started WrestleMania at 3 locally in Vegas.
Something, this is what dreams are made of. This is something that you will never forget. This match means more to her than I think me or you will ever know.
As Ivy Nile utilizing that power early on, trying to stay a step ahead of Kendal. Of course, Ivy does have a little bit of an experience edge, beginning her career a few years back in NXT, of course, alongside Julius and Brutus Creed, now a part of American Made on Monday Night Raw. And Rob, you've been in and around. You've seen Ivy Nile, whether it comes to her training and discipline, of course, going back to NXT. She has to be near the top of the entire WWE.
Ivy Nile in control early, not taking advantage of it, though. Keep the pressure on. Now, Kendal Gray, she flips it. So, cool.
Well, absolutely. I mean, she has elite strength and conditioning, but you got to remember something. Kendal Gray is a different type of athlete. She is a different type of animal when that bell rings in the ring. I don't know if Ivy...
Kendal Gray taunting Ivy Nile is cool, but she ain't got no muscles to flex. And never do that again.
He's ever been in a ring with someone like KG.
You see some of that mat work right there by Kendal Gray, undefeated as a...
Did he just call Kendal Gray KG?
She is a different type of animal when that bell rings in the ring. I don't know if Ivy's ever been in a ring with someone like KG.
You see some of that...
Yeah, we're not doing that. We'll find a different name for Kendal Gray immediately. Kevin Garnett is the only person we're calling KG.
That mat work right there by Kendal Gray, undefeated as an amateur. And of course, the former Evolve Women's Champion. And Rob, as general manager of NXT, you've seen that growth firsthand. How quickly has Kendal risen up the ranks in the NXT Women's Division?
From day one on Evolve to see where she has come to at this point is just simply impressive. The growth she has made within such a short period of time in this industry, in World Wrestling Entertainment, is unmatched. It's something that'll be written in a book one day. That's how great it was.
And of course, you've called a lot of her matches dating back to Evolve. Here we go in the...
That's a really good test of strength right there. And I like how Ivy did that leg sweep to get the pin.
Covered by Ivy. Shoulders are down, only gets 2 of Kendal being that former Evolve Women's Champion. We've seen that development firsthand. And, ultimately, Rob, what to you has stood out from Kendal Gray as she's really risen the ranks?
Well, she has a winning mindset. I mean, that's what it is. She doesn't go in to maybe win. She doesn't go in to try and win. She goes in to win. She's been a winner her whole life. It's all that she knows. It's all that she wants. She's 24/7 trying to learn.
In this series of reversals right here, Ivy Nile getting in the deep waters against an amateur stud.
Round and round we go.
As it looks like Kendal trying to get that low base and Ivy trying to use that power. Something's got to give right here, Rob.
This is a big match. Who's going to rise to the occasion or get crushed by the moment, Blake?
They kind of dragged that spot, but it's cool. It's whatever. But they definitely could have ended that spot at least 2 reversals ago.
Sending Nile to the outside as Kendal Gray trying to get her bearings back as both superstars. A little bit dazed right now. Oh, so Kendal just bumped into Chip Danning.
I don't know if the Gray Storm's going to be able to rise when she's dizzy like that. What's going on here?
As Kendal bodying Chip Danning.
The referees are very different here at the World.
First off, terrible job by the camera crew, because this is when, because she bumped, actually no.
Nile to the outside as Kendal Gray trying to get her bearings back as both superstars.
As you see, they're both dazed from doing all that spinning.
A little bit dazed right now. Oh.
When Kendal bumps into the ref, that's actually not even on the camera crew, that's on production. Because the cameraman was in the right spot.
Trying to get her bearings back as both superstars. A little bit dazed right now. Oh.
It's multiple cameramen. That guy on the first angle, he was in the right spot. This is on production for changing the angle. We just seen Kendal bump into the ref, and you're focusing on Ivy now. Keep the camera on. Keep the angle on Kendal. There's no need for production to change this. It don't make sense.
So Kendal just bumped into Chip Danning.
I don't know if the Gray Storm's going to be able to rise when she's dizzy like that. What's going on here?
As Kendal bodying Chip.
I know she's dizzy, but she looks really dumb. You can clearly tell that that's a man. So her doing that to the referee just for shits and giggles, like she just looks dumb doing that. I don't like that spot because even though she's dazed, she can still see a little bit. That, oh yeah, that isn't the woman that I was just wrestling.
Danny, you know, the referees are very different here at the World this week.
What a weekend it has been for Chip Danny, making his WrestleMania debut in that Intercontinental title ladder match, but didn't think he'd expect to get bodied by Kendal Gray.
I mean, Gray grabs on the referee. That's not cool.
Also, said not a DQ. You're counting Ivy now, but you just got body slammed by Kendal Gray. Whatever. The referees at WrestleMania wasn't doing anything either. CM Punk, Roman, both of them should have been counted out, and Roman should have been DQ'd. So I guess it don't matter. They don't get paid for anything.
Being administered right now, Ivy Nile trying to get back in the ring, and we talked about Ivy. She's been in and around that Women's Intercontinental Championship picture, but in your opinion, Rob, what does she need to do to get to the next level?
Well, I mean, just keep learning. You got to remember something. To really be at your best in this industry.
Has she been in the IC title scene? That's a lot. She had won match against Lara, I think, and she lost. So yeah, she ain't been in the IC title scene. It's been Becky and AJ Lee for the last few months. Then when Lara had, there was more people in the scene, but she never had a match against Becky or Bayley or even Nikki Bella. Like, she hasn't had a match in a minute. Like, this is the first time I've seen Ivy Nile wrestle in a while.
Except for the very few that pick it up so quickly, it takes time and reps. And Ivy is still at a point, in my opinion, where she's great, but she is still learning every time she's in that ring.
Indeed, as Ivy debuted 2.5 years ago on Monday Night Raw.
That's a great reversal by Kendal Gray. And damn, Ivy's now it's been on the main roster that long. She's been on there 2 years already.
As Kendal Gray trying to stay one step ahead right now. We talked about Gray's amateur career, over 60 wins, undefeated. And Gray gets taken down by the power of Ivy Nile.
Yeah.
And Rob, that's a power game that's gone back way before even NXT.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to think, I've known her for a while now from a show that The Rock produced.
Even though Ivy Nile is small, she's one of the strongest women on the roster. So I don't get why they don't use her more. She could have her and Stephanie. I know they had a match, but you could have made an actual story with them. She still would have lost, of course, but it could have been something. Her and Roxanne, her and Becky, like it's, well, even though they both heels, but I'm assuming Roxanne will be a face at some point. Ivy and Bayley, that could be something. It's like you can do stuff with Ivy now. Y'all just choose not to. They use like the same 4 to 5 women on the main roster, which hopefully changes with the new NXT call-ups. But even with those call-ups, like still make use of those other people that you have. Like even Ivy Nile and Jordan Grace, they could be a tag team. Like that actual. Like, if that were a makeshift tag team, it would make more sense compared to some of the other makeshift tag teams we got in the women's division.
On the Titan Games, and I saw how great of an athlete she was. Then I actually competed with her, and I mean, she is like no other, physical, and she's bringing that to this match right now.
Wait, so who won between you and Ivy?
I mean, the males and the females were separated. Like, I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to, no.
As Ivy,
Don't go there.
using that power once again in the corner against Kendal Gray. And we talk about the women's division on Monday Night Raw. Some incredible matchups this past weekend at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch regaining the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Liv Morgan, the new Women's World Champion. As you see that German suplex out of the corner by Ivy, she'd love to get in the mix post-WrestleMania. And I'm sure your buddy, General Manager Adam Pearce.
I like how the crowd is playing into the roles and playing into kayfabe. Heard a couple of boos. Obviously, it's a small crowd, so it's easier to hear it. But I like when the heels are getting booed and the faces are getting cheered. Because even though Kendal Gray wasn't front, even seeing Kendal Gray on NXT, she gets cheered in her matches a good majority of the time. So it's not just her being in Las Vegas for this event. Like, obviously, it's a bit louder with it being in Vegas, but a lot of her matches, she's getting cheered. Maybe the only one where fans was really split was her and Lola. Like, that was split down the middle pretty much. And then everybody was happy for Lola Vice. I wasn't even mad at Lola Vice winning the triple threat.
Right on top of it.
Yeah, certainly. And look, this is a chance for her to showcase where she's at, what she could do, and she's trying to overpower Kendal right now. And it's a smart decision. It seems to be working.
We talked for many months as Kendal Gray from Evolve to NXT, very busy schedule, maybe even stretched too thin, competing too often. As Kendal comes back the other way with a roll-up, only gets 2. Had a couple of weeks now to reset after failing to capture the NXT Women's Championship in that triple threat match and stand and deliver. Nile into the cover. Again, only getting 2. And what a huge opportunity this would be for Ivy Nile to derail the momentum of
Kendal Gray. It's the world. It's WrestleMania weekend, of course, and all eyes are on Kendal Gray right now. So picking up a win, if Ivy can pick up a win, that is going to get her name somewhere. That's going to get people talking about her, which is what you want to do when you're in the WWE, because that's going to get you more opportunities. That's going to get you title shots, and that's going to get you more. We're talking about WWE.
The commentary here is kind of funny because it's like people aren't really seeing this match. I don't know how many views the video got, but it's like nobody's really seeking out this match. I like both of these women, especially in the ring, and so I wanted to see it and react to it on the channel. But it's like everybody isn't going to see this. Everybody might not have YouTube or whatever, so this isn't going to be accessible to everybody. So how could this be? It's like when the ladder match was determined for the IC title. Oh, it was speed tournament matches, not speed. It was matches on WWE main event to determine who got in the ladder match. It's like if Ivy Nile wins, she gets a title shot for beating the NXT talent. She's on the main roster. She should win. So it's like, yeah, Kendal Gray, she's a former champion, formerly Evolve champion, but Ivy Nile never won a gold, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, yeah, you beat a former champion, but a former champion in the developmental brand, which you already went through, and that the main roster saw you as good enough to not need to see you win a title to call you up. So the logic is flawed.
WWE world, Rob, and ultimately to you, what does it mean for NXT to be represented so much this week?
Well, it's been so cool to see the different performers here meeting the fans, wrestling in this ring, and we love to share NXT with the whole WWE universe, and they're appreciative. So just meeting the fans
and that's a well-placed elbow by Kendal Gray.
Has been great. That's what we want. And right now, Kendal wants to mount some offense.
As the future in looks to be now is Kendal Gray.
Here we go.
Series of back elbows taking down Ivy Nile, drops down. Look at the amateur with the German release suplex as Kendal's starting to feel it
here. That's some solid offense. Kendal Gray building some good momentum at this point.
What area are we going to, Blake?
We're heading right to that gray area. The straps are down.
Let's do it.
As Kendal getting right into the zone. And when she starts to see Gray,
yeah, that's probably wraps. Once the straps go down, it's over.
She starts to go to another level. There's the T-bone suplex.
Throw after throw after throw. She is on fire.
You talked about those Gray graps. They're coming in strong right now as Kendal out of the corner with a big DDT.
And she caught her with it.
Here we go. Hooks the outside leg. Baby shoulders are down.
DDT out the corner, that's tough. Wasn't expecting that. That could have ended the match right there, but we keep going.
And the pit bull able to power out as Kendal now trying to find a second win. What an opportunity is right in front of her hometown here in Las Vegas. Unfortunately, unable to get on Stand and Deliver last year. She looked at this.
It's one dude chanting Ivy really loud, and because of the small crowd, it's so easy to hear it. It's hella funny because there's nobody else chanting her name. It's just that one dude.
WrestleMania 42 weekend is a huge goal for her. She's here a part of WWE World, trying to pull out a big victory. And you see the extension for that boot by Nile.
And that's a great kick by Ivy Nile.
Now Kendal Gray's up top. We're getting the deep waters here, Rob.
This is where I always get nervous, Blake. They're in dangerous area right now, a very dangerous area.
Indeed, risky position as Ivy battering away at Kendal now. Ivy looking for that superplex. And Nile trying to hook it.
Can she get her over? Kendal doing a great job. Ring awareness, holding on to the turnbuckle there.
Nice counter with the gourd buster. We always talk about the perseverance from Gray. She creates that separation, and Kendal is going to fly. Oh, Ivy rolls through, and now we talk about the power.
Oh, it went for the crossbody, but Ivy now rolls through. That's a really good roll through.
She had elite power. She's showing it right now.
Getting to a standing position, and Ivy, looks like she was trying to swing her around. Let's counter.
Oh, wow. Inside cradle. I mean, Ivy did take a little minute, so it was almost got in there.
It's two for Kendal Gray. Back and forth we go right here. Both superstars trying to gain the advantage. Ivy goes for that kick a third time. Nobody home. And Kendal, bam! Shades of Gray center of the ring. Hooks the outside leg of Kendal Gray. Shades. Ivy. I think it's two for Kendal Gray. Back and forth we go right here. Both superstars trying to gain the advantage. Ivy goes for that.
It's like she barely sold it. It's like she was trying to, and then it was like she got to go right into getting hit with the finisher. So it was just really weird once. But
Kick a third time, nobody home, and Kendal, bam!
and then Shades of Grey looked really weird. Like it looked wonky. The end of the match looked kind of wonky to me. The overall match was really good though.
Shades of Grey, center of the ring, hooks the outside leg, and Kendal Grey returns home with a victory.
Here is your winner, Kendal Gray.
What a moment here for Kendal Grey in front of her friends, in front of her family. The hometown crowd of Las Vegas here for WrestleMania 42 weekend at WWE World. And Grey Graps gets the job done.
That was a good match. That I enjoyed it. I thought the grappling throughout the match was really good, especially at the beginning. Like I said, the ref spot was really done when Kendal Grey took him down because it's like you clearly see that's a man. Even though you're dizzy, you're not that damn dizzy. Yeah, the reversals was cool. I just thought the ending it just looked kind of wonky to me. I don't know if that was just due to them not having much chemistry in wrestling for the first time. But for them wrestling together for the first time, that was a really good match. Like I said, Kendal Grey, she's always been, since I saw her evolve and seeing her when she debuted last year and seeing her on NXT, she's always been good in ring. It's just really character development and promos, which that's all coming along. The character and starting to see it with the Chronicles that they're doing on NXT. And Abby now, like I said, even though she's standing at a nice 4'2", she's one of the strongest women in WWE. I know she's not 4'2", she's probably 5 foot something, but yeah, I like Abby now a lot. Wish she got more opportunities to, even if it's just in the mid card. It's like we need somebody in the mid card, even if she's just driving every week. It's like she's not even on TV. You can't even put her on TV, put her in backstage segments, anything. Her and the Creed brothers, like one of them could go after the AAA mixed tag titles, and the other could go after singles gold. Like it's so much you could do with them. And Chad Gable is still El Grande. I'm hoping that Kaiser wins the El Grande match so Chad Gable can finally get away from it and get back to being himself. But this match between Kendal Grey and Abby now, really great match. I hope it don't get taken down. We'll see. So yeah, we'll see about that. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, more reaction videos will come throughout the year. Maybe I'll react to some other stuff, maybe basketball, maybe baseball. We'll see. But leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share for others to see.